Hey, what's up guys? So I did kind of allude to in my last video that I was going to try to make more videos, and one of those was kind of photography behind the scenes or tutorials, or take what you will. But yeah, this last Christmas my parents basically re-gifted me a present or toy that I had from my youth, something that I really do miss and enjoy. And pretty dope, right? This is my Voltron toy, purchased when I was young in Japan, so it's a Japanese made one, way back in the day. And I tell you what, I had a lot of fun playing with this because all the lions do come apart and turn into individual lions, and I beat the crap out of it. It's pretty abused. It's got only one wing. A lot of the tails are broken off on the lions. This arm doesn't really stay on there very well anymore. And the worst part, I lost the sword. That was a long time ago. I don't know where the sword is today, but check it out. The arms still shoot the... Ooh, that almost went in my coffee. the arms do shoot the heads off still, even if they don't easily get in there again. But I don't usually do product photography, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to memorialize this toy of mine in a photo shoot, and thought I'd bring you guys along with me. Alright, so welcome back to my messy garage, the messiest room in the house. I swear it is. The rest of the house is mostly clean. But this is where I wanted to shoot because I just had a lot more space to work with and less interruptions from anything else. But I still haven't quite figured out how I'm going to shoot this. Originally, I was thinking I kind of wanted a wide angle shot, down low, like 1 foot forward. It's kind of like what I saw when I was looking at some of the old stills and photos of either the toys or from the cartoon. It kind of gave Voltron this stance of power, right? Anytime you're shooting upward at a subject, you're giving him that authoritative power kind of shot. But then I realized I can't really do that because my Voltron figurine doesn't actually have knees. There's no real, like, I can get the foot forward, but I can't bend it, or I can't make the legs kind of spread out and give it that awesome power stance. So I think instead what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to do a shot of Voltron kind of dead on, a little bit down low with a nice zoom, and create like a blue backdrop to kind of simulate the sky. I just kind of wanted to be vibrant and colorful like the cartoons. So let me finish getting setting up here and see what we can make. All right, almost ready. So let me kind of just tell you what I got going on here. Right now, I'm looking through the gels that I'm going to place on a flash that is behind that diffused diffuser, because I want it to be blue, basically. So we're going to do some of that. We're going to place that on there. And then the other thing I realized is I'm going to shoot with this big honking lens because I really need to get a narrow field of view so that I can eliminate all the rest of this background. I really just want to be able to see this kind of concrete base down here, and then the white background, and of course Voltron himself. So a tighter lens will eliminate seeing everything else in the shot. If I did use that wide angle lens, like I said, not only could I not get the stance I wanted, but it would encapsulate everything else in the scene, which would then change basically my background. Okay, so this is kind of behind the scenes of behind the scenes. Right here is my blue gelled flash. This is literally a flash just to light the background blue. So instead of like having to actually get a blue backdrop, what you can do is use a diffused material. I happen to have just a pop-up diffuser, and take a flash, put it behind it, and just slap a little gel on it, whatever color you want, which offers a lot of flexibility, and shoot it towards the background behind where the photo is going to be taken. So I kind of angled it down. I was trying to create like this more saturated effect from the top going down, so I get a gradualness of it, but I'm not sure if it's going to play out that way. It's just spreading the light very nicely. All right, let's go to the other side. Man, look at these. Can you see these like moving lines? Those aren't there in real life. That's actually from the LED light fixtures I have in the garage. They suck for video, so I need to figure out something in the future to change those out. Anyways, now we're kind of in front of the scene. Well, we're still behind Voltron, but now we're basically on the shooting side. This is the other side of the diffused material that will be blue in the photo. Right here behind me, this is a C-stand, which is actually holding this in place. And I'm using this instead of a regular light stand because if I use a regular light stand, the pole would be kind of right, it'd be right behind it and it might cast a shadow. So I needed an arm to reach across and then clamp this. It's just, where is it? Here it is. It's just holding there in place right where we want it. And to my left, this is actually the key light. There's another flash in here, and that is what's lighting Voltron primarily. So they're both on, you know, two different flashes, and I can adjust their output setting to adjust accordingly so that I get a nice bright light here and however bright I need this blue light to be in the background. And I already took another couple test shots, and what I realized was Voltron was standing here and he was too close to the back, and I was getting some blue light bleed onto the figure and I didn't like the way it looked. So I basically just moved it up forward. That will separate it from that blue background a little bit better and have less light glow. And then the key light nice and close to try to create a nice soft light to light up Voltron. And the one other thing that I need to do that I realized in a couple of the shots was add a bounce on this side, the side that you're on, because we don't have any primary lights on here. What I want to do is try and bounce the light shooting out this way, come back and fill in just a little bit of those shadows. Not too bad, right? Kind of got what I wanted, that blue light kind of coming from above, giving a nice glow. I did have to move the table a little farther away from it again to try and separate some of that blue light bleed into the background and onto the little fake concrete here, but it's better than it was before. My camera settings for this shot is f6.3, ISO 100, and 1/200th of a second, fastest I can do with these speed lights. By the way, if you didn't notice, the lights were on while I was shooting, which is fine. one of the things you need to keep in mind is when you're shooting flash photography is your ambient light. And if you shoot at a slower shutter speed or at a larger aperture or at a higher ISO, there's a good chance you will get light spill or light contamination from ambient light in the room that you're shooting in. So if you don't want any of that light, stop down, lower your ISO, increase your shutter speed. And one way to check to see if you are only getting the light that you want from your lights that you have set up, turn off your flash, take the shot, and see what it looks like. It should be mostly black. Just like that. Nothing really there. That lets you know that the only actual light that's gonna illuminate your subject will be your flash. I feel like a freaking cat right now. It's the laser for the parking helps you figure out that you're not gonna crash your car into the garage when you park. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of these photos, bring them into the iPad's Lightroom Mobile, and see what I can do with them and discuss any final thoughts. So this photo came together mostly how I saw it in my head. It's a similar lighting setup that I had in a previous vintage product shot I did with my Sony mini disc player. It's simpler than I'd like, but I guess that does make the edit easier. Mostly just a square crop, adjustments to the shadows and highlights, some perspective fixes, and other color adjustments. I still feel like there was too much blue light bleed from the back, and thinking on it now, I probably should have tried shooting the light from down low and just aimed it upwards. But yeah, here's a quick before and after. Speaking of after, I realized I didn't shoot any good B-roll of Voltron himself, so I decided to go back and do that with a little retro scene I built. So check it out, I'm building a little set to try and get some B-roll of just Voltron. I already like it better than my previous shots, but what can you do? I mean, well, I guess I could take a couple more shots and see if they turn out cool too. But yeah, sometimes that's just the way it is. Anyways, that's Skinter for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, or if you learned something, or heck, if you are a classic 80s Voltron fan, do me a solid and hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you want to see more photography videos like this, or cameras or gadgets that I'm playing with, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. What? I did say it was my favorite toy, didn't I? Oh, and in case you were wondering, yes, I did watch the new version of Voltron on Netflix, and it was pretty good. Although, I think they should have kept the original theme song.
Voltron, defender of the universe.